Hello, my ambitious, adventurous Aries. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi, and I am here to deliver your guided healing Pokémoncy and Tarot. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your support on this channel, Aries. I'm surprised you guys came in last for last month's guided healing. Usually you guys are, within the first 6, but just a friendly reminder that the top 2 videos that get the most likes do get a twin flame bonus reading, and also this month the extended will be free for everybody, so please do enjoy that. All right, let's head in. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. Quite a lot, by the way. We had atonement come out. So this is telling me that someone may have stabbed you in the back, and someone is basically paying for their sins. Whether it feels like basically someone else getting it rather than you, but it's possible that energy is being directed at you, but I feel like it's more towards someone else in your life. This also gives me 10 of Swords vibes, right? Like conversation ended, conversation over when it comes to another person. We have peaceful amongst thorns, so it looks like you're trying to keep your peace through the hurt of whatever happened with this atonement. Being peaceful amongst the thorns is basically, there's something to be said about keeping your peace, of course, and especially for an Aries, great job, because, it's very hard to be peaceful as the god of war, right? And so it looks like you are really trying to keep your inner peace, even though there are thorns in your side, and someone is basically dragging you through a briar patch, or someone had. We had artificial heart, which is telling me that you might not be being authentic in your heart space right now. You might be having some artificial feelings in your heart at this moment, and it's basically because you're trying to work for a better tomorrow. You're trying for, at this moment, to, have a better tomorrow, right? Working for today for tomorrow. But we do have anger and chains. So I'm feeling that your anger and aggression is really under wraps. Again, we see that you are focused on being very peaceful right now. So it feels like your anger is actually the thing that is chained up right now. We have the 2 of Earth coming out, telling me that right now, your physical world, you're really focusing on balancing your masculine and feminine energy when it comes to physicality. So that can be the relationship with your body, the relationship with your finances, your housing, any sort of physical relationship. With the 9 of Air in reverse, this is telling me that, even though this is basically like the 10 of Swords, right, like 10 of Air, even though some sort of conversation was over, someone ended up getting stabbed in the back here, that conversation's not over within your own head. You're still kind of thinking a lot about it. And a lot of it has to do with the 5 of Air, of some questions that have been unanswered. It feels like you're trying to avoid any sort of chaos at this time. So you may be avoiding some sort of having some sort of conversation, or really coming to these conclusions within your head. Some of these are, things that you want to know, like, will I get married? Will I do this? How many kids am I going to have? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Like things that you learn from palmistry, although I don't know anything about palmistry. So take what I say about the data that you get from it with a grain of salt. But I think we all know, the marriage line, lifeline, and things like that, divorce and things like that. But I'm sure that there is much more. I don't mean to generalize palmistry. But anyway, it feels like you're kind of ignoring that energy, and again, just really focusing on the balance. And talking about balance even more, we have the 7 of Water telling me that you're really trying to keep your emotions balanced at this time. Really, it's a lot of Libra energy, which is your sister sign, right? It's in polarity 180 degrees. So you're trying to balance your physical world and try to balance your emotions. And we have the 4 of Fire here. And that is basically how you are fighting the war at this moment. The 4 of Fire here, that's you, Aries. This is your ruling planet, Mars, right? Mars is the god of war, who wants to keep moving forward, who will stop at nothing to win. And it seems like the way that you feel like you have to win or to battle at this moment is actually by being peaceful and being calm. I will say 4 of Fire is also the 4 of Wands, right? Which is, for me, is, the sign of twin flame union. It is also the card of, marriage and, commitment and sort of taking that next step in a relationship. We do have Ralts using nap here, so you might have to sleep a lot more lately. It's like your third eye might be taking a nap, but I'm taking it more literally, as if you do need more nap time. This is also Ralts, which I take as my inner child Pokemon, so you might be doing some inner child healing at this time. We have masquerade using intimidating patterns. So it looks like your heart chakra is noticing some pretty intimidating patterns at this point. And with Sifaglyph using psychic assault, it looks like you might be getting psychically attacked or psychically assaulted at this time. With Armadillo using guard claw, this is telling me that you are trying to guard your energy through whatever is psychically attacking you at this time, which might be why you need to be napping more and sleeping more. So, Aries, that is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. I hope you guys are all doing well. So this month, what we are going to do is we're going to take a look into what cycle you are stuck in. Then we're going to take a look into how do we break that cycle. And then we're going to look into how we transmute the energy into a rebirth. And then we're going to look, of course, how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So I hope that you guys are all doing well. Like I said, the extended this month is going to be free on my website. If you sign up, there's a 30-day free trial. You can cancel anytime. But if you've ever wondered what my extendeds are like, now is the time for you to be able to see that for free. You can go and, watch it and then cancel, you can do that. But it's probably worth just to see what kind of value you think that it has. And also, usually I would do my extended on Vimeo, which you are all familiar with. But now it's just $1,777 per month, and you can watch all of the extendeds moving forward. I'm no longer going to be using Vimeo. So that way you can watch all Sun, Moon, and Rising for the same price that you would watch, one extended in the past. So, all right. Aries, let's see here. What cycle are you stuck in? Masquerade. So yeah, it looks like you are wearing some sort of false mask basically, and it feels like everyone around you is kind of being fake as well. So there definitely is some fake-ish is what I'm hearing. I mean, yeah, we see, you're being very peaceful, which is great, Aries, but it is a little bit out of character. So let's see. Tell us more about this. What's this false mask about? We have the Two of Air and the Summerlands with Letha in reverse. So with the Two of Air, this is telling me it has to do, you're trying to balance communication here. You're trying to keep the air light. You're trying to make sure that you're making the right decision is what I'm hearing. You may be going sort of back and forth about some things, but you're basically, again, with the two, balancing masculine and feminine energy when it comes to air. So that has to do with the way that you're communicating with yourselves, but of course, the way you're communicating with others. There is some sort of new beginning here. It honestly feels like, how do I want to put this? You know that there's this new beginning, but you're kind of trying to avoid it is what I'm hearing. The Summerlands here has to do, this is the Fool's card. So it has to do with leaping into the unknown, having a completely new beginning and starting fresh, starting anew. And with Letha here, this is the Sun card in reverse. So it looks like, what used to be your sunshine basically is no longer there. Like it feels like something that used to be very full of light is kind of full of shadow right now, and you're kind of trying to avoid that, so you're wearing a false mask about it. As you can see, Letha, this has to do with, having a family and things like that, so there could be something regarding a relationship here. Could be something regarding a pregnancy even. Let's see, what's the light energy here? Okay, it's wanting to hide. It's coming out stuck. We have Frou-Frou using collect and tight jaw with the Two of Air. Yeah, so I feel like this energy of you, and as you can see, it's like a pendulum that's swinging. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're trying not to have your words or communication swing too far from the center. It's like you're trying to sort of hit X marks the spot is what I'm hearing, but you're trying not to go in any sort of direction. You're trying just to keep it exactly as it is. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying not to get the pendulum to move, and it's by you using your masculine and feminine energy to just sort of keep it there. And that energy is collecting. With tight jaw, it's saying that you're not communicating certain things. You're not speaking up. And again, this is part of a false mask that you are wearing. With Frou-Frou here, this is dog spirit, and dog spirits have to do with some aspect of loyalty. So there could be, you could feel like loyal to someone for some reason, and that is what is making you keep your jaw tight. It says, historically in the Kalos region, these Pokemon were designated guardians of the king. Yeah, so you could feel like someone may be your king or something, and you feel like you have to guard your king or something like that. But it may not be as bright and cheery as you once saw it. Again, with Letha, like, here's the king, you know, sitting on the chair. And, you know, there she is sort of guarding the king, right? And usually there would be like a dog there. They have a rabbit instead, which rabbits do indicate fertility and, you know, the saying, effing like rabbits or whatever. But yeah, I feel like there's some sort of sense of, you know, loyalty and trying to guard something. In the shadow, we have Clefairy using moonlight. So I feel like there's one more. So again, you know, it's like the sunlight's in reverse and there still is light there, right? And what's the inverse of sun? It's moon, right? I'm recording this on the 4th of December, which is the day that the eclipse is. So, you know, a lot of things are coming to surface with that eclipse. And for you, it is moonlight. This is Clefairy, which is a Pokemon that worships the moon. And the moon, you know, symbolizes things that are hidden, right? Our emotions and intuitive stuff. So you may be keeping your emotions and your intuition sort of to yourself. But with this eclipse, you know, we just, you know, today, literally a couple hours ago, we had the solar eclipse peaking, which is basically when the moon moves in front of the sun and blocks out that light. And that's basically when things from the shadow come into view and, you know, we can't ignore them anymore. And it feels like that's basically what is happening here. It says, it is said that happiness will come to those who see a gathering of Clefairy dancing under the full moon. So, yeah, I feel like, you know that happiness is going to come when it's kind of like, oh, but if I, like, how do I want to say this? Here. Yeah, Trainer Professor Kukui in reverse. So it's like you think there's some aspect of hope. It's like, oh, just another moon, you know, I'll just give it another month and things will sort of get better. Or, you know, happiness is going to come if I do this, right? If I celebrate sort of what is being exposed, even though that's a full moon, not a new moon, right? And the full moon was the first eclipse that we had on November 19th. So I feel like there's a lot coming out during this time, during this eclipse season. With Trainer Professor Kukui in reverse, you know, trainer indicates the other person, right? And this is saying like, the other person isn't acting professional in some sort of way. They're not offering any sort of answers or advice. Definitely troublesome. Let's see what Mother Moon has to say. Like I said, in the extended, we're going to see how we break this cycle, how to transmute the energy into a rebirth, and then, of course, how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. But let's see. Don't let pride get in your way in reverse. Yeah, I feel like pride is getting in your way at this time. You may be too proud to admit something. You know, we have the Summerlands there, which is basically, you know, this new beginning of, you know, jumping into the unknown that is literally here. But instead, you're sort of keeping it hidden and pretending like, oh, happiness is going to come or whatever, when really the whole time you're wearing this false mask, which definitely sort of felt like, you know, kind of like the artificial heart that we saw in the cleansing ceremony. Can we get one more moon, please? Hold your vision in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like this is disrupting your vision of what you have seen for the future. Yeah, it's difficult for you to be holding your vision at this time. So let's go ahead and check in to see more about this. If you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below. Again, it is free for 30 days, so please do enjoy. And if I don't see you there, well, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah!